Welcome to LUmination News. I'm Michael Williams.
And I'm Whitney Smith. This week, Lipscomb's campus felt the aftermath of the election. One of our professors is translating Beyonce into sign language, and Tennessee is on fire. Your LUmination News starts now.
Live from Lipscomb University in Nashville, Tennessee. This is LUmination News.
Lipscomb professor Scott Baker was featured on National Public Radio this past week after gaining recognition for his performances of American Sign Language during concerts, including Beyonce. LUmination's Patrick Carpenter has more.
After only being around for 2 years, the College of Entertainment and the Arts has already made a huge impact here at Lipscomb. With their offices located across the street, they have featured aspiring music acts to Professor and Marketing Director Scott Baker, who was featured on NPR after performing sign language at a Beyonce concert recently.
I went to high school in the Washington, D.C. area where Gallaudet University is, which is the deaf university. So there's a large deaf population in the Washington, D.C. area. And I made friends and started learning sign language then. Kept learning through college. My college girlfriend was deaf.
After working in New York as an actor, Scott and his wife moved to Nashville to pursue other opportunities, such as sign language during performances.
And I started immediately working in performing in Nashville. There's a lot of opportunities here. And I took every performance opportunity that came up and interpreted for Garth and for Dolly Parton and Alison Krauss and a bunch of the folks who play here regularly enough. And Beyonce came to town, and I got the call because I usually get the first call for performance interpreting, that there was going to be some deaf ticket buyers there who wanted interpreters. And I said yes, took the job.
So you might be wondering, how exactly does somebody prepare for such a performance?
I listened to her music. I paid attention to what she was doing, not just sort of the surface level, like, dance club background music, but really paid attention to what she was saying. Watched her music videos because a lot of the movement and choreography and everything is taken straight from those videos. And to the best of my ability, provided an interpretation for the folks who were there.
Professor Baker can be found regularly at the College of Arts and Entertainment and also here at the Department of Theater.
For LUmination News, I am Patrick Carpenter.
Scott Baker is still on the hunt for more opportunities to use his ASL abilities to help others. Until then, he's leading the expansion of the College of Entertainment and the Arts Master's programs. Keep your eye out for him on campus.
With the election of President-elect Donald Trump, Lipscomb's multicultural students campus-wide have expressed a wide range of emotions. Dr. Lowry made a special trip to address student concerns, as well as to assure the student body that Lipscomb continues to be a university that encourages unity, diversity, and cultural awareness. LUmination's Michael Williams has the story.
Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out, don't let the light go out, don't let the light go out.
In the wake of the election of President-elect Donald Trump, tensions have been high nationwide. There are growing concerns among Lipscomb's multicultural student body that their time in this country will soon be cut short. As campaign promises are implemented, millions could be soon up for deportation. Sina Seged discusses some of the frustration felt by minority students.
Universities should be able to listen, so when students want to be able to advocate their opinion. Most people believe if you have an accent, you don't know what you're talking about. If you're a different skin color, you can't educate yourself.
Sylvia Braden has spent the last several weeks calming student concerns.
I feel like we're at a turning point as far as our campus community. We are more diverse than we've ever been, and with that comes the unique challenges of bridging social and cultural gaps.
Over the past several years, Lipscomb has actively taken steps to grow in diversity and cultural awareness. Lipscomb is now one of the most ethnically diverse campuses in Tennessee, with more than 40 nations represented. Assistant Director of the program, Lisa Steele, says that she wants to assure students to stay positive and focus on the future despite the election results.
Over the last few weeks, a couple weeks here, since right before the election and then especially afterwards, what I'm seeing with my Latino students is I see a lot of fear. We welcome undocumented students here at Lipscomb, and that's great, but with that has come some that fear because the president-elect has said that he's going to revoke all of the executive orders right away. And DACA, which is the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, is what gives all of our undocumented students a social security number and allows them to get licensed.
In 2008, Lipscomb began admitting undocumented students at the urging of President Randy Lowry. When learning of the students' growing distress, Lowry canceled a flight to Washington to be with his students, address fears, and assure them that Lipscomb is still home.
And as your mind floats forward weeks or months, your imagination of all the things that might happen, I don't want to dismiss that at all. But I also want to gently and humbly suggest that sitting in fear for weeks or months or years probably doesn't make much progress. There are other things we can do. And one of them is to be a community that serves each other.
And in Latino culture, familia or family is everything. So that is our number one thing. Everything is around familia.
For more information or to show your support for Lipscomb's multicultural population, visit www.multicultural.lipscomb.edu. With LUmination News, I'm Michael Williams.
For more questions about how to get involved and to obtain more information on Lipscomb's Intercultural Development Department events, visit www.multicultural.lipscomb.edu.
Hundreds of homes and businesses are damaged or destroyed in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge after a wildfire spread rapidly on Monday night. In less than 15 minutes, embers from a wildfire on a trail in Great Smoky Mountain National Park spread throughout the area. While the 2 inches of rain expected for the weekend helped the firefighters, it was not enough to soak all the piles of burning leaves and brush throughout the forest. 7 deaths have been confirmed by local officials, but many are worried about additional fatalities as several people are still missing. Among the biggest losses to businesses in the resort town were the iconic Castle Hotel, several churches, and Cupid's Chapel of Love wedding venue. Other well-known attractions such as Dollywood Theme Park, Ober Gatlinburg Ski Resort, and Ripley's Aquarium have suffered some damage, but are expected to recover quickly.
Former Cuban President Fidel Castro died on November 25th at the age of 90. After taking medical leave in 2006 from his 50-year reign, Castro transferred his power to his younger brother in 2008. In light of his death, Castro's controversial reputation has only heightened. Many supporters view him as a champion of socialism who secured Cuba's independence from American imperialism, while critics view him as the dictator responsible for human rights abuses, the exodus of roughly 1.5 million Cubans, and impoverishing Cuba's economy. After a 9-day, 500-mile funeral procession across the country, Castro's ashes will be interred on Sunday.
And Amy Grant led students in raising their voices to begin the Christmas celebration on campus. Stay tuned for more.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to LUmination News. Christian music echoed throughout Lipscomb's campus this week during Amy Grant's Lighting of the Green. It was a great night to get Lipscomb students into the Christmas spirit. LUmination's Brooke Doris has more.
Lighting of the Green, hosted by Amy Grant, took place here at Lipscomb University Tuesday night. People from all over Nashville and the Lipscomb community came out to a free concert to hear music, take pictures with Santa, and just to have a great time. I sat down with members of Lipscomb's a cappella choir to see what it was like to perform on stage with Amy Grant.
So I was in Lighting of the Green, and I was a part of the Lipscomb a cappella chorus directed by Gary Wilson, and I was able to be on stage and sing backup for Amy Grant and a bunch of other hosts.
So I'm in the a cappella choir at Lipscomb, and we sing every year with Amy Grant. We always do the songs like Tender Tennessee Christmas, and we do Deck the Halls every year. So we just kind of provide backup for Amy and sing a couple songs just to fill up time, but it's fun. I've taken it for granted, like getting to sing with these famous musicians, just casually getting to back them up. But it is sweet in that I won't have that responsibility of learning this music that's not necessarily the most fun to learn anymore. And I get to move on to bigger and hopefully better things, so that's exciting.
My favorite part of Lighting of the Green is probably at the end when they turn on the Christmas tree, and it's fun to see the president of our university come together with everyone that's come to celebrate the start of the festive holidays and just be able to sing carols and just get excited for the season ahead of us.
I also asked them what they would ask or say to her if they ever got to meet her.
I am very grateful that Lipscomb provides this opportunity for the a cappella choirs to perform at Lighting of the Green. It's very fun, very festive.
I would thank her. It's been cool. She doesn't have to do this, and it's very cool that she does. But then also, like, could you hook her brother up? Like, got any, like, free recording studio time? Or, like, you want me to sing one year? Like, I'm available. But mostly just thank you.
Lighting of the Green was another huge success here at Lipscomb University. Be sure to come out next year to see Amy Grant host Lighting of the Green 2017. For LUmination News, I'm Brooke Doris.
Be sure to keep an eye out for when Amy Grant and her friends will return to Lipscomb's campus for Lighting of the Green next year.
Championships have become somewhat of an expectation for the Lipscomb volleyball program. LUmination's Todd Lamberth sat down with Coach Brandon Rosenthal to find out how the team has come this far and where he wants to see it go.
Since Brandon Rosenthal took over in 2003, the Lipscomb volleyball program has been in the business of hanging banners. Now, Rosenthal attributes that to continued success on the expectations players have on them when they enter the program.
I think, one of the biggest things is just simply expectations of this program, within. And, being a part of this program is I think really special, and I think comes with those expectations. I think for us it's just understanding, it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, and ultimately kind of setting your mind to it and really going for it.
After winning this year's Atlantic Sun Conference tournament, the team automatically qualified for the NCAA tournament, being one of 64 teams. The team and its fans packed the Hall of Fame room in Allen Arena to watch the selection show to find out where they'd be playing.
It's amazing. I mean, again, when you talk about the dedication and the time and the effort that we put into this, not only from a coaching staff but from a player standpoint, it's amazing to see, that support, whether it's from fellow athletes, fellow students, the boosters, and family and whatnot. It's you have to understand, there was a time when I first took over the program in 2003, we were lucky to have 30 fans.
Lipscomb will be traveling to Manhattan, Kansas to take on 14th ranked Kansas State in the first round. While it may sound crazy to others, Rosenthal continues to have high expectations for his team.
And it's something that I've never shied away from. I think for us, really to take it to the next level, we have to advance into this tournament. This is our 7th time to the tournament. At least twice now that we've been in a pretty good position to advance past the first round, and we were, we didn't come out on the winning side of it, but I felt like we were in a really good spot. What I've said to almost all of our recruits is talking about the Sweet 16. There's been a lot of people out there that think that that's a crazy idea for Lipscomb university to be able to, talk about themselves, in that manner. But I really think the way the tournament is set up, our style of volleyball, and really just the confidence that we're, typically can play with. We're a dangerous team when it comes to the tournament times.
Lipscomb hopes to bring back more than just these 2 trophies at the end of the tournament. For LUmination News, this is Todd Lamberth.
Lipscomb's first round match against Kansas State is on Friday. If they win over Kansas State, they will play the winner of the Ohio State and Missouri game on Saturday.
This week, the Office of Government Ethics revealed that President-elect Trump would be leaving his business to focus on the presidency. While this comes as Trump continues to fill his cabinet and transition team, we can already see some adapting to his style of leadership as this announcement was made via Twitter. A tweet has 140-character limit, but that didn't stop the OGE from tweeting 9 times to applaud the president-elect's decision. Coming up next, we'll have your updates on this week's weather. Stay tuned.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Hey guys, it's finally feeling like December in December when the past week of November felt more like March. As we can see here, it's very dry. After 2 days of a lot of rain, the sun was finally out this morning at a nice 33 degrees, and it's dry here in Nashville. As we look at our Doppler radar, we can see that the precipitation that was here has moved out. There's literally nothing in the atmosphere level above Nashville right now. It's very dry. And what we're probably going to see here in the next few days is more precipitation like this coming back through Nashville. We haven't had rain in a while, and fortunately this rain that came through the past few days was able to cool us down to make it feel more like Christmas here in Nashville. As we look at our temperatures here, we can see that the state is fairly consistent. It's been about 48, 46. It was supposed to get to 53 today. It has not, which just is more of a sign that we're finally in the winter spirit here. Let's look at our 7-day forecast, and we can see it's going to be pretty consistent. Now, we are going to have a few days this weekend. As you can see, Saturday, we have a 40% chance of rain coming into the nighttime. Not during the day. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be a little cloudy with a high of 51, a low of 40, kind of like how it's felt most of today. On Sunday, it's going to be there's a 60% chance of rain south of Nashville in the Columbia area, about half an hour out. And then coming in Monday, a very late in the afternoon, 70% chance of rain coming in. And as you can see, it is going to be getting a little warmer into the 58 area. It might get to 60, but our lows will consistently stay at 33 up to 45 here. So stay tuned for updates on some of your favorite celebrities, including Katy Perry and Bob Dylan, up next.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
To see beyond the degree to the lives it enriches. To see beyond the students to the opportunities they have to change the world. To see beyond what we've accomplished to an ongoing mission of service, academics, and faith. That is the university we have been. That is the special community we are. That is the Lipscomb we will be. Lipscomb University. We have faith in your future.
We've all heard about these tragic wildfires in the Great Smoky Mountains, but what you may not know is that country music star Dolly Parton is donating a large sum of money to relief efforts in the area. Parton grew up in East Tennessee and has a theme park there called Dollywood in Pigeon Forge near Gatlinburg. The My People Fund is established through Dollywood's charity. She urges others to donate through the fund, and for more information you can visit www.dollywoodfoundation.org. Katy Perry was not silent about her support for Hillary Clinton during this election season. In fact, the former Democratic presidential candidate showed up at the UNICEF Snowflake Ball in New York to present the singer with the Audrey Hepburn Humanitarian Award. Perry has been a UNICEF ambassador since 2013, using her fame to speak out on social issues. Bob Dylan has made headlines for not accepting his Nobel Prize in person, and things aren't dying down anytime soon. President Obama hosted a meet and greet for American Nobel Prize winners, and Dylan decided to skip. He recognizes that the award is a great honor, but he has yet to accept it in person. Disney's new animated movie Moana has hit $81.1 million in the box office in just its first week. The movie features a new culture to Disney, the South Pacific Islanders. Not only is it more culturally inclusive, but the film also features a girl power lead who combats the traditional definition of Disney princess. The film's main competition will come from the Harry Potter spin-off, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, as well as Marvel's Doctor Strange. This week, Netflix is officially stepping up its video streaming game. After an update, subscribers will now be able to download movies and TV shows on mobile devices at no extra cost. Netflix has topped over 86 million subscribers, and this move makes it more competitive with services like iTunes. So before you get on your flight home for winter break, you can save your favorite shows and movies to watch on the plane without internet connection. Coming up next, we'll have your Lipscomb Bison updates, as well as information on the latest Commodores game and more. Stay tuned.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
The Lipscomb volleyball team is headed to Kansas. Their win over FGCU in the ASUN Conference Tournament granted them an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament. The Bisons are heading to Manhattan, Kansas to face Kansas State, the number 14 seed nationally, in the NCAA first round game Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The Lipscomb women's basketball team couldn't hang with the Belmont Bruins Tuesday night as they fell 100-62 in the Curb Event Center. Senior Alex Banks led Lipscomb with a team-high 18 points and a team-high 7 rebounds. As many people would say, Belmont made it rain, going 16 for 24 behind the arc. The Lady Bisons will be on the road until December 11th, while they will return home to face TSU. The men's basketball team didn't have very good luck either against Belmont, where they lost a heartbreaking game 64-62 at Belmont. Sophomore Rob Marbury seemed unstoppable with 24 points and 7 rebounds, but it just wasn't enough. The Bisons were ahead first half 37-24 and led by as many as 18 points in the second half, but the Bruins fought their way back into the game to hit a buzzer beater to clinch the win. The Bisons return home for games on Thursday, Saturday, and a huge game Tuesday night against Belmont, so come out and support. And what a game for the Commodores last weekend. Not only did they knock off a top 25 ranked Tennessee team, but they destroyed the Volunteers' chances of playing in the Sugar Bowl. Vanderbilt went on a second half surge, scoring 21 straight points, punching their ticket to a bowl game with an SEC tie-in. The Titans added another win to their record with a victory over the Chicago Bears. They may have made it a little more interesting than they would have liked, but the end result was positive. With a 27-21 win, the Titans improved to 6-6 and moved into second place in the AFC South behind the Houston Texans. The Titans have a bye week next Sunday, but they will return December 11th against the Denver Broncos at Nissan Stadium. And now back to the desk with Whitney and Michael.
Thanks, Lindsay. So, Patrick, the weather, what's it looking like?
Well, as we can see, it's going to be clear the next few days with a chance of rain coming in this weekend and into Monday. All the rain will be mostly either late afternoon or late in the evening, so shouldn't take us away from what we're doing during the workday.
Thank you for watching LUmination News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.